Hi, welcome to another Colors of Prog. This is season 3, episode 20. That's a lot. Colors of Prog is the Podbean, YouTube, and Facebook channel where I discuss progressive rock recordings from the past, present, future. uh, as you see, we're moving in space right now. Anyway, so this time, last time I discussed Enchant, the box set of all the studio albums and 2 discs of live material and demos. This time, it's another box set of a even more obscure band called Patto. Give It All Away, the albums, 1970 to 1973. This was released on Esoteric in 2021. So Patto originated as a late 1960s UK band called Timebox. Singer Mike Patto, P-A-T-T-O, joined the group, and then the band changed its name to Patto. The band featured keyboardist and guitar player Ollie Hassel, bass player Clive Griffiths, and drummer John Halsey. Producer Muff Winwood, later more known for working with AC/DC amongst many other bands, produced the band for the then new Vertigo label. Patto is kind of difficult to describe, and I don't know why I've seen it pop up so often in discussion about early UK progressive rock bands. Mike Patto has a voice somewhere akin to a raspy Paul Rodgers, Bad Company, or Long John Baldry. If anyone remembers the early days, Rod Stewart, Long John Baldry was a very tall Englishman, 6'7", 6'8", I believe, and hence the name Long John Baldry because of his height. Anything else I don't know about. And sort of like Rod Stewart, but less raspy, if anybody is trying to get an idea what this guy sounded like. So, Mike Patto's voice was not quite a warming one, blues rock type, and at times it could be grating. Not that he hit the high notes, it's just like the band seemed to me to be heading for kind of an experimental sound. So blues rock and experimental music. Now, Ollie Hassel, on the other hand, was a self-taught instrumentalist whose guitar playing is colorful, expressive, and probably the most progressive aspect of the band. Some of the instrumentals that appear on at least the first 3 albums are imaginative and quite good. And occasionally, now here's the thing, you think the label's putting out, Vertigo, by the way, had a lot of problems. They were one of the first bands on Vertigo, and Vertigo just was like trying to keep it together as a label. And so they get this band with an early blues rock sound, which also had an experimental sound. And due to Ollie Hassel's keyboard playing and guitar playing, sometimes there were instrumentals, which sounded like Soft Machine, that kind of sound. So this is the first album, just called Patto. Yes, with a really grotesque album cover, and I'm sure it didn't help sales. And then the next album, equally Hold Your Fire. And believe it or not, I think Roger Dean did this one, this album cover. Yes, Roger was slumming at the time. I'm going to discuss these. So, and then the third one was Roll 'em, Smoke 'em, Put Another Line Out. Yes, go. Not a live album, though it probably should have been. And then they recorded an album which didn't get released to years later called Monkey's Bum. And the backer says, it smells of an album and not a monkey's bum. Yes, okay. So Esoteric, doing the fine work that they do, included a mini poster and a booklet detailing, not a quite large one because they only made 4 albums, detailing the history of the band. You know, Esoteric, one of the fine, they do fine work in resurrecting forgotten, unknown bands. So by the second album, Hold Your Fire, the moment the equally, all their album covers are terrible. Mike Patto's vocals are more out front than he was on the first one. And possibly in need of chart success. Regarding sales, they adopted a more Stones circa Sticky Fingers sound, or even, I would say, the Faces. But when the song slowly turned to odd jazz time signatures, it all sounds very clever, but it confounds one a bit. So they were like a bit of a schizophrenic band. If you are looking for a band, and there were quite a few at that time, but had that Faces, Dirty Stone sound, maybe the second one might be something for you. Again, called Hold Your Fire. 1972's Roll 'em, Smoke 'em, put another line out, tries to transfer the band's reported excitable, not exciting, live antics onto vinyl. But it's not a live album. So, save for a few songs, it's mostly bluesy, jazz, keyboard-dominated rock. But Loud Green Sky has some excellent Ollie Hassel guitar playing on it. So, if you didn't know better, there's some live snapshots in the back of this album. You would think it was a live album, but it's not. So Monkey's Bum, recorded in 1973, was not released until 1999. It suffers from bootleg-like quality, audio quality, and supposedly due to either deteriorating master tapes or aged audio cassette dub of the original master tapes. It's all rather more of the same, and it leaves one shaking their head why so many progressive rock sites on the internet mention Prog when discussing this band. Now, oddly enough, Ollie Hassel and Mike Patto were reunited in a short-lived band called Boxer before Ollie Hassel would work with John Heisman and a band called Tempest and go for a longer collaboration with Kevin Ayers, who was one of the original members of Soft Machine. And that makes a hell of a lot of sense to me because a lot of the instrumental passages and the keyboard and guitar playing does sound a lot like Soft Machine. Hassel would also notably contribute songs, vocals, and guitars and keyboards to the first Ruddles album, but strangely absent from the cult classic movie save for a brief cameo as a fictional musician. It's mentioned that Eric Idle had overdubbed Ollie Hassel's vocals. And so, yes, I have no idea who that was. It was well noted. It's heard that Eric Idle, Monty Python, Saturday Night Live, had overdubbed a lot of Ollie Hassel's vocals, but kept the guitar playing. Ollie had written a lot of the songs on the Ruddles albums, along with the other well-known gentleman whose name I had a brain moment. It'll come to me after I record this. The Monty Python connection makes sense in a way because Patto's stage performances were often irreverent as his song lyrics. Um, Sort of like Viv Stanshall from the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band. Um, Probably what killed Patto's chances for success were these gosh awful album covers. And as I said, even one contributed by Roger Dean himself, of all people. Sometimes Roger can't always churn out stuff. But if you like bluesy jazz, semi-improvisational guitar rock, I'd recommend Patto for that. Now they're just a blip in the memory of anyone who may have seen them live. But kudos again to Esoteric for giving the box set treatment, because why not? I guess there are a lot of bands out there that need to be rediscovered or discovered. And I don't love Patto. I love this kind of music that they do, and I just find them a bit schizophrenic in their approach. But anyway, so it's Patto, Give It All Away. Another fine collection of wild music, and if anything, it's worth owning for the worth checking out, and worth owning for the Ali Hassel material on there. Thanks again for listening to The Colors of Prog. Have a great day.